don't know what evidence Busby has other than the testimony of his client.
Right.
Are there text messages? Is there some record? I mean, this driver who allegedly she jumped in the car with and went to the, the party.
These are individual cases. There are indeed other perpetrators involved. They will be revealed when that particular individual case is ready to be filed. They already know who they are.
Hip-hop mogul Jay-Z facing a rape allegation. Sean Carter, his real name, is doubling down against his accuser, saying she's looking for money and fame, releasing a new statement overnight, calling for the claims to be actually dismissed.
Hold up, why all? This story just flipped in a way no one saw coming. Now Jay-Z's is in the middle of a major legal drama that's got everyone talking. Leaked voicemails and some jaw-dropping claims suggest he's been working behind the scenes. But wait, it gets crazier. More women are allegedly stepping up, and now ties to the Diddy scandal are popping up everywhere. This thing is spiraling fast, and you won't want to miss how it all plays out. Stay tuned, because it's only getting wilder. Yo, this is getting wild. What's coming out could totally shake things up. Things are seriously heating up for Jay-Z and Rossi Nation, and not in a good way. Texas attorney Tony Busby, who's representing several victims in that crazy shot Diddy Cole's case, is accusing Jay-Z's team of running some shady operations to intimidate his former clients. According to a bombshell lawsuit, Rossi Nation allegedly helped fund a plan to target and bribe Busby's old clients. But that's not even the craziest part. Stay tuned, this is only getting started. Yo, this is getting even crazier. Reports are saying that people working for Jay-Z's team were flashing fake badges, pretending to be from the state of Texas. One former client says they were offered $10,000 to turn on Busby. Talk about shady and desperate moves. But guess what? Busby's not backing down. He says it wasn't just a sloppy mess, it was all caught on tape. Yep, you heard right. There's supposedly audio proof of Jay-Z's team being involved. Now, Jay-Z's team is calling it all A. Well, you're gonna want to stay tuned for the rest of this drama. This whole situation is starting to feel like a last-ditch effort to distract from the bigger issues. But let's not forget, while all this drama is unfolding, Jay-Z is also dealing with a serious lawsuit. He's been accused in a civil case over a shocking incident from 2000 involving a 13-year-old girl. Jay-Z has denied the claims and hasn't faced criminal charges, but the timing of these new accusations couldn't be worse. Now, the latest bombshell involves sexual assault allegations, with Jay-Z and Shay Diddy Combs being accused of assaulting the girl back then. Stay tuned, because this is far from over. So here's where it gets really messy. Back in 2000, both men denied doing anything wrong after that after-party incident, but now things are getting a lot more complicated. The woman who's making the claims has admitted that parts of her story don't quite add up, but she's still standing firm on the main points of what happened. Some people think this weakens her case, but others feel like it's just a small part of a much bigger picture. And here's where it gets even more interesting. It's not just about the accused anymore, but the people who watched it all happen and did nothing. Those bystanders who stayed quiet are becoming a big part of this story too. Keep watching, because this is only getting deeper. Let's be real, the people who took part in this, who pushed it along and made it worse, they know who they are. But we can't ignore how Diddy's situation ties into all this. He's already facing federal charges in the Saint case, which is pulling back the curtain on years of abuse and manipulation tied to those infamous freak-off parties. Prosecutors are still digging deep, and now there's talk that more big names in the industry could get dragged into this mess. Could Jay-Z be next? The connections between these two moguls are hard to miss, and with all these serious allegations piling up, things are about to get even messier. Stay tuned. People are starting to ask just how deep the love really goes, but when it comes to these three men who just filed civil complaints against Sha Combs, their claims are recent, between 2019 and 2022. But let's take it back a bit. The whole back and forth between Busby and Jay-Z began months ago when Busby sent a letter with some pretty serious accusations. When Jay-Z didn't respond, Busby filed a lawsuit on behalf of Jane Doe, the woman who's accusing him from that 2000 incident. And let's just say Jay-Z didn't exactly take it well. Things are heating up fast, and it's far from over. So after Jay-Z fired back with his own countersuit, accusing Busby of trying to extort him, Busby wasn't about to back off. In October, he added Jay-Z's name to the lawsuit, and now it's turned into a full-on legal battle. Everyone's wondering who's telling the truth and who's just playing games, but hold up, here's where things get even wilder. Those leaked voicemails, they're linked to some shocking allegations about Rossi Nation trying to silence and manipulate people. This whole situation just went up a notch, and it's getting harder to figure out what's really going on. Stay tuned. So here's where things get really shady. After Tony Busby filed that anonymous lawsuit against Diddy and some big-name celebrities, his clients started getting some unexpected visitors. These so-called investigators showed up at their doors, and they weren't exactly just asking questions. They were flashing fake badges, claiming to be from the state of Texas, and even tried to get the clients to join a class action lawsuit against Busby's firm. Busby is calling it all a coordinated and desperate attempt to distract people and mess with the public's focus. Things are really heating up, and it's clear this is far from over. It seems like the goal here was to shift the focus away from the serious allegations my clients are making, but the story doesn't end there. According to the lawsuit, these so-called operatives were really pushy. They offered connections to private lawyers and promised easy money to vulnerable clients. One case that stands out is with Gerardo Garcia, a former client. He was approached at home by two people who claimed they were from the state. They told him they could help him sue Busby's firm and made it sound like there was money to be made if he joined in. This is getting more messy and complicated by the day, and it's clear there's a lot more to uncover here. But here's the real kicker. One of these so-called investigators made a huge slip-up. They actually admitted on tape that they were working for a Mississippi lawyer connected to Roc Nation's philanthropic arm, Team Rousey. Yep, you heard that right. Roc Nation is now directly tied to these shady dealings, and there's a recording that could prove it. And if that's not enough, the investigator allegedly told Garcia that 70 people had already signed up for the class action lawsuit. Just imagine dozens of people possibly getting pulled into this whole mess. Things are really heating up, and it looks like we're just getting started. This whole situation is getting shady, and if it turns out to be true, it's not just a bad look, it could be illegal. People are asking the big question: how far will Roc Nation go to protect Jay-Z's empire? If the allegations are true, it's not just about legal drama or PR messes anymore. We're talking about serious claims of manipulation and trying to mess with the justice system. And with leaked voicemails that seem to back this up, it's starting to look less like rumors and more like a real scandal. This is just getting started. Let's see where it goes. Things are really starting to heat up. The leaked voicemails didn't just expose Roc Nation's alleged interference, they've set off a wave of lawsuits that could make this situation even messier. While we're not sure if a formal class action lawsuit against Tony Busby's firm has been filed yet, two former clients are now coming forward with some shocking claims. First, let's talk about Adam Guidry, a former ship captain who says Busby's firm left him stranded after. This story just keeps getting crazier. Adam Guidry, a former ship captain, says he was promised a huge payout after settling his personal injury case for over $300,000. But when all was said and done, he only ended up with $5,123 in his pocket. The rest? It went to attorney fees, expenses, and paying back a loan with sky-high interest rates. And get this, the lawsuit claims that Busby's firm charged him over $23,000 in interest on an $85,000 loan. If true, that's not just bad math, it's downright unfair. And it doesn't end there. Another former client, Matthew Ray Thompson, is now stepping forward with similar allegations. Things are getting even more intense. Now, things are taking an even more interesting turn. Matthew Ray Thompson is the latest to speak out, accusing Busby's firm of taking over 60% of his settlement and inflating case expenses to pocket more money. He even claims the firm deposited settlement checks into their own account, then sent him and his wife funds via Venmo, labeling it as a loan. These lawsuits aren't just making Busby's firm look bad, they also raise a huge question: could Roc Nation have had any influence on these clients to speak out? Are these just random cases, or is there something bigger going on here? It's definitely getting more intense, and we can't help but wonder where this is all headed. Stay tuned. Things are starting to feel like a bigger game than we thought. If these accusations are true, it could totally change the game for Busby and his firm. Clients who've trusted him with their settlements might start wondering if they should walk away. But here's the kicker: these claims give Roc Nation even more reason to call Busby's firm unreliable and unethical. If that's the case, it could seriously mess with his ongoing cases, including the huge ones with Diddy and Jay-Z. And just when you think it couldn't get wilder, there's more crazy news coming up. Stay with me on this, it's only getting more intense. Just when you thought things couldn't get crazier, new allegations have come to light. Tony Busby, the Texas attorney who's been going after Diddy and Jay-Z in court, is now facing a serious accusation. According to court papers from the Mirror, he's been accused of hiding a sexually transmitted disease and passing it on to a woman he used to date. This is all part of a new lawsuit filed in the New York Supreme Court. But Busby isn't backing down. He's already hit back with a strong statement, denying the claims and making sure everyone knows where he stands. What's your take on all this? The drama just keeps getting more intense. Busby has hit back hard, calling the accusations against him completely frivolous and ridiculous, claiming it's all an attempt to damage his reputation. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Busby is now saying that these claims are part of a much bigger plot, allegedly masterminded by Roc Nation. According to him, they're trying to intimidate him into dropping the lawsuits he's filed against Diddy. And let's talk about the timing for a second. These allegations just happen to surface at a time when Busby is really turning up the heat on Diddy and Jay-Z. Coincidence? Or is something much bigger going on here? The timing of these new accusations against Busby is raising a lot of eyebrows. It's hard to believe it's just a coincidence, especially since these claims pop up right when Busby is digging deeper into his lawsuits against Diddy and Jay-Z. Busby is saying these accusations are part of a bigger plan to stop him in his tracks. He believes there's a concerted effort to discredit him and keep him from fighting for justice for his clients. And here's the big question: Are these concerns about his actions real, or is it all just a move to distract from what he's really trying to do? People are definitely questioning whether there's more to the story than meets the eye. Things are really heating up and it's getting hard to ignore. Jay-Z is making it clear he won't pay a penny to Busby. In fact, he went as far as calling Busby a deplorable human and even mocked him for his military service, saying he has no honor. This isn't just a legal battle anymore, it's personal. But here's where it gets even crazier. Busby is now accusing people connected to Jay-Z's company, Roc Nation, of being behind these latest claims, trying to shift the focus away from the serious allegations against both Jay-Z and Diddy. It's all getting messier, and the stakes are higher than ever. This whole situation is starting to feel like a chess game, and if the accusations are true, Jay-Z's team might be playing a risky move to shift the focus away from the growing number of claims against him. Tony Busby, the Houston lawyer, isn't backing down. He's speaking out once again about the things Jay-Z and his company Roc Nation are saying. But here's the catch: these attempts to discredit Busby could easily blow up in their faces. Instead of looking like a clever move, it could make Jay-Z's team appear more interested in shutting down the critics rather than addressing the real issues. The stakes are getting higher, and it's becoming clear that this could backfire in a big way. This situation is becoming a real mess, and what's at stake goes beyond just the legal drama between the lawyers. Right now, the real victims, those who have trusted Tony Busby to represent them, might get lost in all the noise about him. That's a problem no matter what you think of Busby. His client's stories need to be heard. If Jay-Z's team is really behind these actions, it shows just how far they might be willing to go to protect his name. But on the flip side, the accusations against Busby just keep adding more confusion to an already tangled situation. The real question now is, can we focus on what's truly important, or will all the distractions keep us from seeing the truth? It's rare to see multiple accusations like this, and when it's not just one person, it becomes harder to ignore. And just when you thought things were starting to calm down, there's more. Rumors are starting to spread that even more people might come forward with similar claims against Jay-Z. For years, he's been seen as untouchable, with his image perfectly intact. But now, with all these accusations piling up, that image is starting to fall apart. There's clearly a push to discredit him, and the drama is only getting bigger. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. This situation is getting even more serious, and it's leaving people stunned. Some individuals have said that Busby has done this before, but it's not just athletes. Others have come forward claiming they were pushed into things without knowing the full truth. But here's where things get really shocking. It's not just women speaking out anymore. In a dramatic new filing, Jay-Z is now being accused of incidents involving both young boys and girls. Yes, you read that right. The same attorney who's been at the center of all these controversies is now facing some truly disturbing claims, and it's making people wonder just how deep this really goes. Things just took a wild turn. The attorney who previously represented a 13-year-old girl in that infamous 2000 case has now revealed even more shocking claims, this time from a young boy. And that's not all. Jay-Z's legal team, led by Alex Pio, has just dropped a bombshell in court documents. They've admitted that Jay-Z is the unnamed celebrity who's been accusing attorney Tony Busby of extortion. But wait, the plot thickens. The filing doesn't stop there. It also includes disturbing new allegations of multiple incidents involving kids. Talk about a scandal that keeps getting bigger and more intense. What's going to happen next? People are so quick to say Jay-Z's guilty, but not me. I've learned my lesson from watching how the Johnny Depp situation played out. You can't just jump on every hype train without looking at the facts. In cases like this, there's usually evidence to dig into, and if Sparrow can prove there wasn't any after party, that could really shift how people see things. Sparrow is painting Jay-Z as the real victim here, calling this whole thing a shameless money grab by Busby. According to Sparrow, these claims are nothing more than a desperate attempt to squeeze a huge payout from Jay-Z by using threats and pressure tactics. The internet is buzzing about Jay-Z, and it's a whole mess right now. If you've been on Twitter, especially under Roc Nation posts, you've probably seen people talking about him crashing out. Why? Because the drama just won't stop. Leaked voicemails, messy allegations, and claims that Roc Nation tried to keep people quiet, it's all out there. And now there's talk of even more accusations possibly coming up. It's clear this situation is far from over, and with every new detail, Jay-Z's legacy and the balance of power in the entertainment world are being shaken up. This isn't just about Jay-Z, it's about the secrets and power moves that have shaped the entertainment industry for years. Those leaked voicemails, do they really prove Roc Nation was involved, or is this just another way to drag Jay-Z's name through the mud? And with rumors of more alleged victims coming forward, how could this change how people see him and everything he's built? But let's take a step back. This isn't just about one person. Scandals like this make you wonder, how does the justice system handle these cases? Are victims in the industry really getting the support they deserve? What's your take? Share your thoughts below. We've got so much to talk about. And if you're into these deep dives, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't miss the next video on your screen. We're going even deeper into Hollywood's biggest scandals.